Alright, so it's officially been 9 months since my last predictions for JJS. First off, I just want to say we're so close to 15k, so please consider subscribing to the channel. And without any more distractions, let's get into the predictions. So I think that our number one spot might be Uro from Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, mainly because she's much more relevant in terms of popularity. And TGE has already added characters like Ryu, Ishiguro, and Kuroshi, so it's only natural they complete the set of the Sendai Colony. Next, we have Jogo, which is a very popular and highly suggested character since they've added Mahito and now Hanami to the game. Jogo also has a domain expansion which can be deadly to other players and pretty simple to add to the game. Now I feel like if they added Jogo, we most likely get Dagon, who is the other disaster curse, to complete the set. At number 3 on my predictions list, I think Geto will be a little less likely to be added to JJS since there are other characters with different archetypes. I think that Geto would fit great into JJS, but he'll most likely come later since we've already got Hanami, who would be the same zone type as Geto. Although Geto's technique is very versatile, knowing that the balance type is starting to get oversaturated with the inclusion of Megami, Mahito, and now Ryu, he most likely come later. The next character on the list of predictions is definitely Kusakabe, since he could be a balanced archetype and could also bring something new to JJS. With his new shadow style, Kusakabe can use simple domain, extend his blade, and use multiple sword techniques. And I personally feel like he would have a ton of variants while being base only. I think his ultimate could just be simple domain, which can protect the player from domain sure hit effects. He'd be a unique pick since he doesn't have a curse technique, but he also has a wide variety of sword techniques. I personally think that Kashimo will be added since the recent popularity in the newest trailer JJK released. Ever since the addition of Hikari, the community has asked for Kashimo so they can recreate the fight from the manga. I personally feel like the balanced archetype is the most favorable to the player base, and Kashimo has a wide kit ranging from martial arts to curse energy blast with his lightning trait. If it isn't going to be Kashimo though, I feel like the runner-up would definitely be Takuma Ino. Now Ino's kind of underrated, and he's literally the definition of the balanced archetype and could easily be fun and more skilled than Yuki, who has an extremely high skill ceiling. Most people compare his technique to 10 Shadows, but Ino's technique would make him a perfect addition to the game since he can use multiple skills, close distance, and gain the advantage from afar. I feel like if Ino were to be added to JJS, he would be a combo demon since his technique basically help him excel in certain areas. Now this is my last prediction on the list since it's least likely to come to the game, at least before any other character that we've already talked about. I feel like Toji would be insanely unique to JJS, being a rushdown archetype. He could easily rise up in Vessel in terms of popularity and usage. Since we already have 80% rushdown types in JJS, I feel like Toji would fit in perfectly with that list, with all his curse tools and speed. Toji would be the most unique character in JJS since he has so many tools to counter different playstyles. With the inclusion of the inverted spear of heaven, Toji could counter domains and different techniques depending on how to implement it in JJS. That's all my predictions I made so far, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing for more Roblox content, and stay tuned for future uploads. Love you guys and have a good day.